Hello Etheria Restart newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about how I climbed PvP arena quickly using scrub gear and low rarity units. I think the highest I got using this one-trick strategy was Platinum 2 or 3 in Summit Arena, but in ETH Arena you can easily climb past Diamond with this group. You'll see I did this using mostly SR units with yellow or purple gear, so you can definitely get away with having an early game account. Actually, I feel like I'm the one content creator without god tier gear and units, so my videos will mostly be for early game players. Anyways, the TLDR is that this is just your standard cleave but with lower rarity units, and I'll explain why this actually works better than SSRs. The first key unit is Dinah. She has to go first because she will defense break the other team. This allows Rin to hit super hard. For skills, I maxed her skill 3, but honestly you can skip the last skill up that lowers the cooldown. For PvP, this isn't that useful. I also skilled up her skill 1 mainly because she has 2 speed nodes here that can get you an extra 12 speed. For Dinah, speed is key because she needs to go first. As for gear, you can see I just have scrub yellow and purple pieces. You obviously want a full Swift Rush set for the extra 35% speed, and you just want pieces with the speed substat on them. You can see my pieces aren't even that good. 7 speed here, 5 speed there, 4 speed on this one. You want at least 1 piece on the right side with an effect accuracy main stat. That's usually enough to make sure defense breaks land. The rest can be whatever you want, as long as you have speed substats. Dinah isn't here to do damage, so you don't need to stack crit rate, attack, or crit damage on her. You can see I just have a defense piece and another effect accuracy piece. For shells, this actually doesn't matter much. Like I said, she's not there to do damage and she doesn't need survivability or anything. You only care about how much speed the shell can provide. I think it varies, but mythic shells can hit higher numbers. I got mine to 35 speed here. And if you roll a speed passive in the second slot, it's actually additive. So in total, this shell gives me 44 more speed. You don't need a mythic shell though. I actually just got this recently. Before, I was using a yellow shell with a blue speed passive, and this gave me 37 speed altogether. For total speed, I have Dinah at 248, which is not even that fast, and she does just fine. Lastly, it's super important that you do not 6-star Dinah. Leave her at 5 stars, but feel free to max her levels if you want. Next up is Rin the Unbowed. The good news is she doesn't need to be as fast as Dinah, but the bad news is she has a few more stat requirements. Rin is all damage, so anything you can do to give her more attack, crit rate, and crit damage will go a long way. You can see I upgraded all of her skills except the last node. I almost never use her skill 1 or skill 2, so this is kind of a waste, but I had the extra resources. You can see upgrading skill 1 gives her around 15% more attack, and upgrading skill 2 gives her 12% more crit rate. Skill 3 is key here. Upgrading it gives Rin more speed, and you can actually see that her damage scales based on how fast she is. This means even if you don't have amazing damage stats on her, if she has high speed, she should still hit pretty hard. For gear, once again, I just have yellow and purple early game pieces. You guys probably have way better gear than me. Just make her as fast as possible, but it's extremely important that she's not faster than Dinah. Remember my Dinah was 248 speed? My Rin is 247 speed. In my testing, there is no speed RNG at the start of battle in Etheria Restart, so being 1 speed slower is fine. For right side pieces, I'm just using the usual: crit rate, crit damage, and attack. Some of these are only 3 speed pieces, not too pretty. Now for Rin's shell. I'm using the yellow shell Twilight Knight. This is not a great shell. You ideally want something like Tamamo Doji, who increases her attack just before she takes her turn. But unfortunately, I don't have one with a Swift Rush matrix, so I'm stuck with this one. I'm just saying, you can do better than me here. Just get a striker shell and make sure to re-roll until it has speed as its second passive. Again, it's super important that you do not 6-star Rin. Leave her at 5 stars, but feel free to max her levels. Let's talk about drafting. Who you draft and who you ban is super important. Like I said, it's crucial that Dinah goes first and Rin goes second when the battle starts. If this doesn't happen, you pretty much lose. So how do you make sure this happens? You do this by picking other fast units that the enemy might pick and knowing who to ban after the draft. Here is a list of the fastest units in the game. If you have any of these units, you want to pick them with your first pick. There are 2 reasons for this. 1 is to take them away from your opponent, and 2 is to bait your opponent into banning them and not Dinah or Rin. I usually pick Freya as my first pick. She's not even geared. She's just here to get banned and make sure the opponent can't get her. She gets banned 90% of the time. I think the main reason she's always banned is because I 6-starred her and didn't 6-star Rin or Dinah. Opponents look at the star levels, especially since Rin and Dinah are like C tier on everyone's PvP list, and it's a no-brainer to always ban Freya. The exact same thing will happen if you pick any of these 4 units and you have them at 6 stars, except this guy. I've never seen this guy drafted in my life, so who should the rest of your team be? I usually pick the low-rarity SR hero, Valerian, second, because, once again, you don't want your opponent to pick her. She's an anti-cleave unit who will totally counter you, but picking her may also discourage your enemy from trying to cleave you with speed. For the last unit in this group, you have to pick a high-damage striker. It can be anyone you want. If you don't pick a damage hero, that leaves you with only Rin, and any smart player will just ban Rin for an easy victory. I pick Hoyan because she's just a fun unit to have. There have been a few games where I was outsped and Hoyan saved the day with her counter and revive mechanics. At the end of the draft, you just want to ban anyone who you think might outspeed you. Most of the time, it's one of the heroes on this list. Marvel is another one that people build pretty fast. You'll learn pretty quickly who's fast and adapt your bans the more games you play. Anyways, you might be asking, why use Dinah when I can use a super fast meta unit like Klaus instead? Klaus does basically everything Dinah can do, but much, much better. I actually built my Klaus and 6-starred her and leveled up her skills. When I replaced Dinah with her, I lost like 15 times in a row before I switched back to Dinah and started winning again. The reason is because Klaus will never make it onto the battlefield. She was banned in every game I played. This is why it's better to use lower rarity SRs and a bait draft strategy than to fight the meta with an early game account. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone.